Predictions and Prophecies, Chapter 5. Much more is to befall your world in time to come, as we have already told you. But much of this is to be hidden from you, as there are some things you are not to know. Other things we can warn you about, as we have told. Now is the time to expose some of what is to come. This is in order that those who are ready to listen can make their preparations, in order to change their ways if they wish to be saved. As we have said to you before, there are those who are of good heart and intentions that are to be lost along with those who are to be cleansed from the world, but they will be rewarded after leaving this life, the others will not be. There are those who do not believe there is punishment after leaving your world. How foolish are these people who think this is not so. It stands to reason that if there are to be rewards, there are also to be punishments for those who have wronged. It is no good just to be punished in your world, as many are not recognised for their badness while there, and they have to suffer for their sins and hurts done towards other living beings, be it man or beast. There are those who ask what it is that happens to animals. We tell you this. There is a reason to their suffering also, and it is not the same as man's, but it is just as needed for the purpose they are to serve to us and to the world. They too will be rewarded, just as man is, but their rewards are in a different form than that of man. They do know what befalls them, and they understand more than man realises about what is their fate and to befall them. Many do not give recognition to animals for the higher intelligence many have. Most believe because they cannot speak that they can also not think. This is untrue. Just because it is not how man thinks does not mean they too do not suffer and have emotion. They often have more emotion than those who call themselves humans with souls. Animals too have souls, and these pass with them, just as yours do, into the next world. Many will also come back, and their life is often used to teach man what he does is wrong. Mankind could do well to learn from the animals and creatures placed in the world, as they have so much to teach you all. Most people do not recognise this, and believe they are dumb creatures with nothing worthwhile to do in life except to exist. How wrong you are. Their work and job where you are is just as important as yours. It's just that it's different. For those of you able to understand our words, look at the creatures and animals of your world with new eyes. See them for what they really are. Look deep into their eyes and see what's in there. For those able to see, there is much emotion and sadness in many of them, as they understand and know far more than man thinks they do. Look at them and learn, my friends, for their understanding is often far greater than yours. They may be classed as lesser beings than humans, but this is not always the case when you look at the way many humans of your world behave today. Always there has been badness in your world, and this will never change. But there is also now to be huge growth of goodness, and our animal friends could teach many the ways towards leading good lives if they were to watch them. They work hard, they expect little in return, and their love is unconditional. Many suffer, are homeless, live in threat of danger at all times, and yet still they go about their work and lives daily, surviving with what it is they have. The weaker ones will just die, as the weaker humans will die. Those a little stronger will survive, but find life very difficult, just as with humans. The difference is, though, that many animals will just get on with the way they are and persevere, whereas most humans will give up and expect the world to stop for them. There are many similarities to what man and beast has to go through in life. Their journeys are not much different in many ways, and you would do well to learn from them and see why many of their weaker ones survive when man, who is meant to be the more intelligent and higher being, doesn't. Everything in life has to suffer at some point for regrowth to take its place. It's the way of the world you live in, and although it may not always seem fair to you, it works for reasons you will not understand whilst of your world. There appears to be a reason for man to suffer, and many ask why animals have to also. It is for the same reason, my friends, even if this may not appear to be so to you. It's only because there are things you do not understand that makes you unable to see the purpose of their suffering. But we tell you there is, and nothing that happens in your world is of no purpose. Everything that happens has a reason to it. Just because those reasons are not clear to you does not mean they're not there. Trust, love, and hope. Have faith at all times and learn to listen. Hear our words. Try to live a better life and look after others before yourselves. Be kind to man and beast and look after nature as all has its suffering to go through. Even the plants of your world, did you but know it. Nothing escapes suffering at some point, nor death. The place you come to after leaving your world is the same sometimes for animals, creatures and humans as well as plant life. There are also places of our world where all is kept separate from one another. There are some things we are now permitted to tell you about this, as much speculation has been seen about what our world is like. There are many levels and many paths, just as there are in your world. One cannot transcend higher than they are meant to after coming to us, as they have to earn the different levels they attain whilst in your world. Whatever it is you do or learn where you are now will determine which level or path you will be allowed to take when you come to us. We wait for you all on different levels of learning and work, as you will all have to work when you come to us.